position by the time we get to the end of this proceedings. So let's see how they'll do here on Nuke, the first map as picked by RBG. 100 Thieves on the CT start. Kevlar across the board. No kits in to start things off. We've got a little bit of utility as RBG just rush straight into the A bomb site, not spending any time dilly-daddling about. We'll get a bomb plant in, set up the retake against 100T.
Oh, they've still got a HE to work with out towards a heaven position, doing a hell of a lot of damage onto Gratisfaction, but you're right, retake setup coming in from 100 Thieves, 5 on 5, they're going to maybe just try and waterfall their way out in the heaven position. They don't really have any utility to work with, but the kills coming in for Gratisfaction with 2, make it a third, and now it's all down to Wilco, and they could just stick this bomb kit on for Jacob, and actually no kit on for Jacob, he's sticking it nevertheless, and it's Gratisfaction to find a 4K in the end there. The New Zealander standing up, Jay.
Indeed he is. A big frag to find, of course, on that last one, shutting down the potential from that last T-side player. But yeah, 100 Thieves in with the opening start. A very confident start at that off that pistol. Very fast play from the RBG camp. Could have caught them off guard, but in the end, it doesn't quite work out for them. So pistol shut down. Well, with that bomb plant, they're going to get a force back here. Look at Lil's coming in very early.
It was good to see a little bit of pacing change up from RBG. Very aggressive in that pistol round. This time around, going for aggressive outside. We're seeing a HE come down from Azza. Big damage outside off the bat, Jay.
Taps up Azza. Get that first kill here with the SMG. Jamanchu will try to get downstairs, but Jacob comes up with 2 JPS kills. 1 burst fire. Jamanchu will get that kill to return, but at 2 HP, his best kill is going to be $600. And that's going to be the best that they can take away from the RBG camp. Only 1 casualty, so 2-0 for 100 Thieves. And RBG set to the eco here. No bomb plants in the last couple of rounds, no chance to buy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they really struggled to even get in towards Secret outside, Jay. We saw the early utility placement coming out, doing a fair bit of damage, but it was just the spams to do so much extra damage. The opening kills coming out so damn quickly. RBG really not bringing too much forward into round 3. A smoke and a flash, and maybe something quick again. Vent dive on the cards. They're going to try it.
They'll fail. Azza gets 4 kills. Jacob outside. Went against Wilco. Shuts him down. It's a 3-0 start as all the pistols get picked apart. Now, into the rifles. It's the real meat of things here for RBG. Should be seeing those AKs coming out. Even an AWP door brought down by Wiz. Honestly, not expecting that here. No head Kevlar. I mean, no Kevlar at all. No, not a lot in terms of that AWP. I'm surprised. I would have thought they would have gone full AKs.
Yeah, look, Wiz getting that AWP out pretty much immediately. Now, Wiz is one of these players from this side that in MDLJ, he's wrecking it. He's doing really, really well, but it seems like when they're facing off against top tier, top competition, that's really where he starts to struggle. So we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. A rush down towards lobby, very chaotic and very aggressive from the CT side, and they've come out with the man advantage in the 3-on-2.
100 Thieves trading effectively. RBG have Wiz and Pony left alone. Players top of the mini position. They'll drop down, trying to look towards the credit card area. There is 1 CT watching. That's Jacob, backed up a little bit further than contact allows. Azza's going to be the next player to face in instead. The flash over will allow him to peek up. Will look towards main. Will he catch Pony? I don't think he will. They'll escape dodge. He doesn't even take that face, actually. So they can get a bomb plan out of this. 100 Thieves, only 1 kit in for this retake.
Yeah, retake setup. They've completely cleared the bomb site. You see, Gratisfaction can be very hot in the tail to be able to retake out from lobby. Jacobs setting himself up. AWP not connecting there for Wiz. Is actually going to be able to finish off the job? It does. Pony's last one left. 1 versus 2. Trying to use his utility to get him out. Knows where Gratisfaction is, and so with Azza.
She wins that fight against Azza as well. Takes that face in against Gratz behind the Molotov, but does lose his life to the AK at the CT side. Grabs that AWP as well for a 3-1 into the next round. And a very well played there on 100 Thieves on that retake. Could have gotten a lot more out of this round, a lot more confidently as well if they had just taken a bit more outside presence for me. But regardless, they do get away with the round, and that's what's important. The rebuy from the T side as well will not enable the AWP, so max loss bonus set in. And just 5 AKs to come out.
And one thing I actually really like from 100 Thieves, especially in that round there, Jay, is they're actually giving a bit of respect up to RBG, you know, rather than just after the aggression on that first contacts come through and they're found off 3-on-2, they can continue aggressing if they want, but instead they give up the bomb site, they allow the post plant to come through. So as soon as they find an advantage, they're not, you know, overconfident in potentially trying to give that away. They said Gratisfaction upgrading to the AWP for the first time in the matchup. And Jacob having a pretty aggressive standpoint outside towards the back of T-Red. And RBG, looks like they're all stacked out to try and take some outside control.
Jacob tagged up and forced back towards the garage area. Still got a player out of secret, we'll keep his eyes on. They could see that outside control eventually. RBG making their way back inside instead, focusing mostly on the lobby control, potentially for a split into the ramp position. But Gratz got to shut down Walker as soon as he sees that player. Also, the Silo Boost player make his way in with the shots, but they're actually going to go towards the A side. JKS takes that third frag. Walker and Jumanchu do get 3 to a return, though, as 100 Thieves just like that fall to pieces on the A side play. And Jacob and Liaz, last 2 players standing. This probably is actually going to be the first for RBG.
This should be an instant save for 100 Thieves. There's really no way back into it. Liaz is going to be able to at least find a trade, but 1-on-3, just recover that M4, hold it into the next round. RBG, the trading was fantastic there to the upper bomb site, making sure that he's chucking the M4 away and picking up the AK instead. So first on the board for RBG. Now, the economy is relatively strong for the CT side, so they'll still be able to buy an investment going forward, Jay. They'll be able to get that AWP onto Gratisfaction, but for RBG, 3 players staying alive, that's a big round for them to win.
Yeah, rebolster the economy staying after it's been shut down effectively by the 100 Thieves. Meanwhile, the damage coming in the last couple of rounds might limit the buy stake. Graz has got 10k, so he'll have to drop weapons, but I imagine they'll have a couple of issues in terms of the remaining cash after this buy. That AWP will come through for Graz. M4s, AKs, only as a player above $1,500. Gratisfaction on 300 is the next player below him, so definitely got some money troubles there for 100 Thieves. RBG in the early game toying around with the damaged up rifles and the damaged up money game, so his AKs once again in play. No AWP for Wiz this time. Don't know if he could have afforded it either way, but they'll stick with these rifles. They've been pretty effective so far, and they're going in for another A play.
Ooh, this is a big off angle coming out from Gratisfaction on top of Garage. You don't really see players, especially AWPers, holding this angle all too often. This could be the big element of surprise if RBG go towards outside, which they certainly have done in the past.
I know they're leaning in towards the inside play. I think they've got players on the roof to set up utility through the skylights. A minute to the clock, and there is nothing coming through from the T side as of right now. Hex and Jumanchu will finally make their way in as the flashbang falls off the floor. As is blind, JKS playing the off angle, does get Hex to fall first. Jumanchu trying to take the player out, but it's doing so little damage to the T side. Meanwhile, the Molotovs are burning. Gratz is falling very, very low. JKS and Jacob eventually do end up going down. Liaz finds the trades. Gratz close with the AWP. Now leaves it all on Walko as Jumanchu falls. They've got a wall bang as well. And Liaz will shut him down from the rafters with a simple frag. And the 5th round barely held onto there by 100 Thieves.
Yeah, RBG, we saw a lot of wasting time, seeing if they can bait out some early util from the CT side, then just setting themselves up for an upper hit. Saw the utility coming through, Molotov out towards back default and flashes over the top. But they just weren't able to trade out evenly, and what hurt them the most is they weren't able to find entry kills quick enough. We saw JKS and Azza establishing a bit of a crossfire. We saw the rotation coming in from both Liaz and Gratisfaction really quick to clean up that round. A half buy from RBG, maybe something quick again, Jay.
It makes sense given the setup they have. Tech 9s, Mac 10s, rush down, try to take heads off. Well, Alton will take the first 2 failures and head out towards Mini. Hex still spray through, but Azza gets away with a 3k on 1 HP. He's still alive somehow. Jacob's going to get whizzed, and Hex still get that trade back up to heaven, but now standing alone. Bomb is on his back. He's suppressed towards the backline position, so we're going to plant in. Now we're going to focus fire on these players. Gets Lee out, forced to reload, though, and that will be the thing that catches him off guard. Bomb plant given the half buy, though. That's not half bad from RBG.
Tell you what, they've actually got a lot of bomb plans, Jay. This is probably like their 4th bomb plan in all the rounds that we've seen from them so far, with only 1 on the board. It's actually pretty nice for RBG, that it just means that even when they're losing these rounds, that the loss bonus plus the bomb plan is at least helping them to be able to reinvest. And we've seen Wiz now going for that AWP once again. And seeing if he can maybe get a little bit fired up, Jay. Only 1 kill to the man so far. 100 Thieves looking pretty rock solid, especially on the retakes, Jay.
Fast plays outside, this time past the red box, ready. AWP's seen it, takes that first shot. Jaken's going to take contact, they will continue to land shots on shots. Gratz turns around, even towards the silo boost, and drops them all down to a single player. Jimanchu left wondering what happened as he's left inside the lobby area, and there's just no way left back in for him. A 1-on-5. This will be a 7th for 100 Thieves.
Oh, Grat tried it in the last round, Jay. Wasn't successful. Tries it again, and he gets everything. He gets 2 kills. Even a TK comes out in the midst of everything from RBG. And there's just so much distraction pulled away that it even allows Jacob to fire in. And Jimanchu trying to see if he can really do any kind of damage, but now a 1-on-4. This is just so unwinnable.
Yeah, bomb out in CT control, got a challenge heavily. Does get another good secondary pick, actually, but held back in the back line. CT setting themselves up for the backstab. And he was going to get sandwiched in eventually, just conversion upon hinted out of life. Gratz back with a fantastic sneak to get some late shots, assistance on 1 kill. Jacob there, close to the red box. A very unorthodox setup from the CT side, but it was so much so that RBG just didn't see it coming.
Yeah, look, it's one of those plays that once a CT side tries it, like, probably won't do it again, because the T side are at least going to be able to maybe have a bit of an inkling to just check that position every now and then. But it pays off wonders. And now for RBG, early utility towards outside, but it could be another inner play.
Walker spray from Pony just managed to overwhelm the first line of defense. Got Gratz faction back a credit card, the AWP. Walker and Pony are low. And now she can see control of the site itself. That allowed them to walk out of hut, out of Squeaky as well. Bomb can be secured in the plant as Jimanchu does fall in the end. And Wiz waiting for contact here. He's hearing players coming in. Needs to return back. Wiz will take some damage, but JKS and Leaz take a lot more on the splash. Smokes up to buy some cover, buy some protection for RBG. They have boost spray on 1 and 2 with 2 massive frags. Leaz and JKS give themselves up to the kill counts. It's now a 3-on-2 favor of RBG, and 100 Thieves might have a couple more problems here. 1 player held towards outside, looking in for main. Orb shot to Gratz do not quite land. They're running out of time as well. Gratz will go down. Massive 3K from Wiz, making it a quadra. As this lone defender stands up in the post plant, gets a second to the board of the T side.
I tell you what, that's a sloppy retake from 100 Thieves. Pushing through a smoke like that in a 4-on-3, they had so much time to work with, so they could have just set themselves up, wait for that smoke to bloom, or dissipate, I should say. But for RBG, Wiz is just, like, he's in the site, and he's waiting for them to walk out. These kills are just so damn easy. Doesn't get blinded at all on that flash. And from there, RBG are just easily able to clean up their second round. Massive 4K coming out from Wiz. You know what I'm wondering though, Jay? Do RBG know ramp exists? All we've seen is outside plays and upper hits. We saw an attempted vent dive. We haven't seen a successful vent dive. We haven't seen anything out towards ramp. We haven't really even seen anything out towards secret. They've tried it a couple of times, but they haven't been successful.
And this is one of my concerns when a lower tier team picks a map like Nuke, because it's very easy to sort of like just get worried about a stone area of the map and just not play there if you're not confident on it.
Yeah.
And RBG exhibiting signs of that right here. I mean, maybe they're waiting for a good opportunity to play out a ramp position when they can probably take in a kill. But you can see how 100 Thieves are responding to that lack of ramp control. 2 players pushing up the trophy, getting the Deagles out, the AWP peek in, and a shot down to shut out the first. JKS will fall. Gratz still there with the AWP, just trying to figure out. And Azza there with the SMG swings forward, gets Walco next to respond. 3-on-2 situation. RBG, now the last 2 players are siphoned completely far off from each other. Can split into the B side, but if one goes down, the round is over.
They're in a really difficult position. I think their best chance is maybe wrap in towards the A-bomb site and bring that bomb up from heaven, get Jimanchu to try and open up secret and maybe see if he can at least get some info outside. And you see for Azza, 29 HP, he doesn't have a lot of health behind him, but that bomb gets dropped in the worst position possible. Big kill out from Jacob, and now Jimanchu's been seen.
Crossfire, not even required. Jacob swings and Jimanchu overcooks his flick. And 100 Thieves will have the CT half 8-2 on the board. Now all a case of how much further they can go with it. M4's AWP out. Mac 10 Tech 9s. AK brought in by Walker. Very awkward half buy, but a half buy nonetheless. They will have enough to reinvest into rifles into the next round. A bit of a heavy investment from Walker in particular might give him some troubles for round 12. For now, RBG just playing in another A-rush. I think it may well be. Smokes up, pistol straight up and out. It's starting to get a bit of a boring match, I'm not going to lie. JK, 3 kills with the M4, making it a quadra as Jacob shuts out one towards the squeak door. And 9 to the board of 100 Thieves. So 10 quid says RBG Rush A once again.
Yeah, see, what did I say in the pregame? I want to see creativity, and we've just seen the same thing from RBG over and over again. Yeah, there might be differences in terms of timings and what utility goes down, but we've seen so many hits to that upper A bomb site. I just want to see a little bit more. The round, a couple rounds ago, we saw Jumanchu going down in through the vent dive. They try to get ramp control. They weren't really able to exploit it. Now they're going outside, but they've got to deal with Gratisfaction, and he's at least going to be able to get a tag.
Falling down, nade against him will force him away further. And this time playing towards the outside, RBG held back behind the red box. As a top of the hut looking onto Marshmallow. Finally, we'll get out to the top of mini area as well. There's very little outside presence after the fact that Gratisfaction got forced out of the way here on the secret area. Got a couple players playing inside the A site, and they're trying to wrap to heaven, it seems.
Oh, I like this from RBG. Smoking off the lockers and main allows a bit of a sightline into that heaven position, but they need to deal with Jacob. He's been so successful in this position outside in the past, but it's Wiz's AWP to connect in a 5-on-3 advantage. This is the best chance RBG have had in quite some time.
Well, it's been up to a third over to them. They're leaning in towards the B site play. The bomb is on its way through secret. JKS is going to challenge Jumanchu here towards upper. Take that frag out of heart. And there is no CT as well on the B site. Open doors will give away the position of where RBG are going to go from here. The bomb's going to make its way into Hex. It's opening up the observation windows, but no responses from the CTs. They're not going to go overzealous here.
I'm wondering if they're actually going for it. The rotations have been very slow out from 100 Thieves. Gratisfaction finally making his way in through the ramp entrance with the AWP, and he's going to be backed up by a couple of teammates. It looks like everyone's coming in for the same entrance, Jay.
Brats up on.
They're out of there.
Yep, they're running. They're going to save their weapons. He scoped in. If he got that kill on the player that was over to the toxic area, the old toxic position, then that probably would have ended up. That probably would have, probably could have given them the opportunity into the retake. But the fact that they weren't able to get that pick, the fact that the AWP saw nothing, it's just better to save from this position. 4 versus 3. The money's still pretty good for 100 Thieves as well, so there'll be a bit of a rifle investment. And with RBG also still being down a number of rounds, a return round against them could do a lot more than you would expect, especially after reinvest onto one rifle and all sets of utility were completely used.
What was kind of interesting in that round too was the rotations from 100 Thieves. They got baited because we saw Gratisfaction playing in through secret with the AWP, and then Liaz was also in the floor in the bottom of B bomb side. But then once RBG smoked off main and they smoked off lockers, I think 100 Thieves had the idea that they were taking outside control to wrap into A, and they ended up having no one at the B bomb side itself. 9-3. RBG try and make it as much of a contest as possible on this T side. I think if they can maybe get 4 or 5 rounds, and there's a chance, Jay, of at least bringing some sort of comeback in the second half, but they need more T rounds than just 3.
And talked about it in the last series, how one-sided city halves can still, just produce. They can just get right up towards the finish line and just push over it when at their own pace there for 100 Thieves. So, it'll be very difficult for RBG to come back on. I mean, it is Nuke, but even so, that's a bit too much for any one team, especially in this context against 100 Thieves. So, a minute to go. The defaults are much more passive and careful this time. Hoping for an overextension, going to put a lot of utility to the inner side, but no one's coming out with the execution. 2 kills will come through as Walker and Jumanchu. Yeah, Azza and Jacob to 4, going down towards Secret with the bomb, but already Liaz is in position to try and receive it. The AWP is on its way, gets that no-scope shot over, and for Liaz. There's a go back on Walker, and the whole thing falls apart for RBG. The CTs have bomb control now. Liaz known in a 2-on-2, back to Decon. JK will try to back his teammate up. He's going to fall even further back as he hears the players coming in. Hears those footsteps out in the hallways. They've got to grab that bomb, get it towards the B side. Their best bet is actually to rotate towards A, and I think Pony knows it.
Yeah, look, I think they're going to rotate towards that upper bomb site. The read, though, is already starting to come in through JKS. He could deny this bomb plant from going down, especially if they plant open for the entrance out from Heart. JKS, do they expect this whatsoever? They don't! And he lines them up to get a great couple of kills. The 10th on the board for 100 Thieves. And you could not have played that any better if you tried. The rotation coming through. And RBG, they were hoping for maybe 5 or 10 seconds of breathing room before the rotation did even come into contact.
They adapted so well on the T side. The tragic part is this Pokemon. What were these positions? JKS cleans up 2 frags, and that's it. Simple stuff coming in on that spray. And double digits for 100 Thieves. Back in with the AKs, of course, for RBG, but they've got to do a lot of work here. I mean, honestly, we talked about the one-sided results and the one-sided scorelines. 12-3 isn't too far out of their own possibility here. RBG desperate to hold on to things, and they are starting to get some better rounds in. They're just unable to actually get the rounds on the board.
Yeah, look, I think that in the early round they've been pretty successful in a lot of trades in particular, but yeah, look, it's been closing out rounds. It's been a bit of a difficult factor. I see RBG again, just no ramp control, time in, time out, and for 100 Thieves, they're just going to leave Liaz there. Jake has to find the opener of just Wiz trying to get aggressive, seeing if he can find some sort of opening pick.
First frag found easily by JKS here. Set to fall. Jacob taking a fight against Demanchu, which he will win. Stay alive at 23 HP, but he's won it nonetheless. 5-3 now, 2 more line up. Liaz, actually 3 that line up. He gets damage onto all of them, even the kill on Hext. Pony will get that trade, but now they've got all the info they need to work with. Flashes in for Wolko. He'll check out the hell position. He's got bomb on his back and no health to work with. One player at Toxic as a standing by. They'll open up the windows. Smoke down towards Decon. Will flush out JKS. He's not ready for this. Transfer the spray. Actually misses out. Pony gets that headshot in anymore. JKS on site. He's going to isolate actually to a 2 versus 2. Pony, 3 frags. And bomb open for the double doors. AWP trying to go for the wall bang. Misses it by a hair. And now as Jacob goes down, hold the phone. Pony's brought his back. Molotov's in against wall position, he'll burn alive. And now Pony up to ace this with the AK-47 smoke down. Doesn't land towards the bomb itself. And Grab's too busy throwing utility. Will for a big ace from Pony.
Oh my goodness, he had 2 kills before that round, and now he's on 7. An ace to come out from Pony. And RBG, I cannot believe they brought that back. We saw Liaz trying to defend out from ramp. He did a hell of a lot of damage, found that kill onto Hext. We saw 2 players in the lower bomb site itself. It seemed that crossfire between the back of Default and Old Toxic should have been able to lock that down. But in the end, Pony comes up absolutely huge to get a 4th round on the board.
Unreal stuff being thrown up there by the RBG camp. Again, especially for Pony. Much damage that he's done so far. Definitely one of my standout players for the RBG side today. And again, it's such a crucial round win out as well to get to that 4th on that T side to try and grind some more rounds back against 100 Thieves. It would be a way in, an opportunity to, you know, at least take a decent setup here going into their city side.
And certainly you've got to think it might give them a little bit of momentum, Jay, which is also going to be important. You look at the buy coming out from 100 Thieves and you think, you know what, there's actually a decent chance that RBG can get away with 5 rounds up. You've got that single AK. Hang on a minute. No. What is going on? There can't be an AK on the city side. No, there it is. It's the 5-7 out for Azza. They've got 1 M4 and a couple of UMPs, but early damage on the Gratisfaction and quick kill outside.
Walko opens things up very quickly into the secret area. Azza backed up with the 5-7. We'll get towards decontamination. The UMP of Liaz sees that Molotov coming in, will force him back out to observation. 5 on 4 as 100 Thieves try to hold on to a very, very big round at this. As are waiting and baiting, Liaz is just playing that contact position on the defensive. We'll need a bit of backup. These are the only 2 players defending against it, but fortunately it's not called in because RBG are wrapping back around.
They were waiting to see if a rotation would come through. I'll tell you what, this is a tough angle to check onto where Jacob is. Now, I'm going to be interesting. Does he let them walk past or just try to pack them up? He doesn't find anything, Jay. And now the A bomb site's pretty much opened up, but JKS is at least going to drop the bomb.
Drops Wiz to a 3 on 3. Can't recover that AK, but there is one in the hands of Azza. Liaz making his way in with the other UMP in this round. Nades up to Azza's part of things, forcing him down to 75 points of health. Flashes over as Hext moves in. Liaz. Further utility coming in will catch them off blind. They won't know about that just yet. Smoke's coming in to buy some cover. Jumanji falls next. 3 on 2. Azza checks the corner. Barely wins that fight. Pony gets JKS and Liaz gets shut down by Hext. So RBG can recover a 5th to turn 10-5 going into their CT half. They have a chance. Don't go anywhere. We're back after the break.
See me shining, calling me a goddess, thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster, making my way back. I'm close to home, I'm fighting harder, because I've come to claim my throne. Never letting go, these wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. I'm running through the fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. And I live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah, the Messiah. Gonna let it burn.
Sure. 100 Thieves lead by the margin as they go into their offensive side of the first map of Nuke. RBG gonna have to work hard, but at least they have a CT squad ahead of their own right here. They're getting into the pistol with the early kill against JKS. Pony, 2 frags found as Azza and JKS fall first, looking into that squeak door area, looking for a bit more contact, but 100 Thieves starting to get a bit more passive as they have been punished for their overzealousness.
Good start coming out from the CTs of RBG. Pony getting a great couple of kills and Squeak Door just being blown completely wide open. 100 Thieves just trying to see if they can get a way back in. You can see 2 players towards this lower bomb site, almost anticipating a bit of a vent dive, but 100 Thieves, they've been able to open up ramp, and they're going to bring the bomb in through heaven for an A play.
4-on-3 situation. Rock looking up here for Fraction. Oh, the bomb goes down on his path. As Liaz calls next, Jacob will come up with one good pick, but Pony's going to shut it down. That'll be 6 for RBG. A big start to this CT side as well. A pistol round that will bolster them early on. No bomb plants for 100 Thieves either, so it's force buy or eco. Either way, it's not going to be much.
Wow. I'm really surprised that they're forcing AJ rather than just going for the Glock round to get the rifles in. They're trying to see if they can put some really early pressure on the second half onto the RPG camp. I have to wait and see the buy. So yeah, they've only got a single rifle, and that's the Scout for Wiz. For all of the players, it's SMGs, it's MP9s, and it's quick outside control. This is very fast from 100 Thieves.
It's in the air, it shouldn't have stopped them past the red box, but as you mentioned, 100 Thieves not stopping for anything. That bomb is on its way through Secret. 3 players already making their way downstairs. A 4th upstairs to draw their attention away. We'll also hear the rotations coming in from the vent area. Keeping his eyes on spray through from Pony. Will take that frag at the edge of the smoke. So bomb plant will be secured. A 5-on-4 retake up for RBG with a man and weapon advantage. Surely it should be cleaned up relatively quickly.
And pretty much every single player from RBG is coming in from ramp. No one out to no one in for Ben. A lot of utility, but it's Gratisfaction up close with the Tech 9. 3 kills, making a 4th. Did he get the ace? Oh, Liaz is going to steal it away. 100 Thieves. The Tech 9s come up absolutely huge.
Gratisfaction! Gratisfaction! Look at this! Oh my god! I've never seen a faster 4K with a Tech 9 in my life! That is insane! Oh, RBG just got shut the hell down! Wow, that is soul crushing! That is so soul crushing for the CT when they had every advantage except the bomb site under their grasp, and still they lose to 100 Thieves.
I don't think we'll ever see a round like that again. And for RBG, they've got to just put it past them because they've got another round to deal with. It's a force buy really on their own account, and it's to the lower bomb site again from 100 Thieves. This time around, though, it's a man advantage. It's a 4-on-3 scenario. The bomb's not yet planted, but Wiz is going to be able to at least make this interesting.
JKS to fall. All the pistols pull out similarly stupid stuff from the CT camp. Well, Gratisfaction will get isolated by Jumanchu, so there's one good frag back, but the native Liaz will deal with Wiz. SMGs now on the last few players. I think shut down Jumanchu against the likes of Hext, and Asda gets his 2K in. 12 to the board of 100 Thieves. As they can carry the momentum forward into the follow-up rounds, RBG may be forced to an eco half by at the absolute best.
And I'll tell you what, that one round where we saw Gratisfaction coming up huge, not only is it big in terms of an economy basis and, you know, gathering momentum, like you said, soul crushing. Like, you've got to think, what is the mental game now like for RBG? Are they just, you know, really nervous? Are the comms got very quiet? These are some elements that we'll have to sort of wait and see. Only up against a very light eco. This should be a pretty easy round for them. Big damage has been done. Oh, now the USPs are coming up, Jay.
He's gonna get shut back by Liaz, though. He gets his own 3K in with the MP9, and Wiz gets caught off next by Jacob. That's quite a fair amount of kills, though. The CT is doing a lot with a little, and pulling. I mean, Gratisfaction can hit your heart out. It's just a shame they didn't actually win the round because of it.
Wow, that's big damage. And that may potentially have follow-on effects because you look at the money line, you think Gratisfaction's quite low, Azza's quite low, and so is JKS. I know Liaz and Jacob have got a little bit of money built up, but that one round there where they got a lot of impact with the USPs can make a big difference going forward. Unfortunately for RBG, they don't have a lot of breathing room. They're down 7 rounds and 100 Thieves. They've just been so aggressive on this team side, getting into main. Oh, there's even a TK, but they trade out evenly.
All contract to hold on to the man advantage, though. JKS and Wiz going back and forth, 3-on-2. Bomb should get picked up for the AWP. Still chimed in alongside Hext as 100 Thieves go a little bit too overzealous and they get too aggressive for their own right. 7 to the board of RBG as they do get a recovery round. 100 Thieves will have the rebuys coming back in.
Yeah, look, I think that may have been a little bit of a over-aggressive round from 100 Thieves. That was very, very fast outside to try and get on top of the main position and then split into the upper bomb side. RBG and bringing it closer and closer to at least getting double digits. The buy coming out, Mac 10 for JKS. Porty's got very aggressive outside.
As a satisfaction here with the scout set in for him. No AWPs, unfortunately. Mac 10 in, Walco will take the face against JKS. Can't see him. Can't take him down just yet. It's just damage done to Gratz. Done that much here. Wiz will eventually shut him down with a wallbang shot, opening up the round here for RBG, excuse me.
Now, Wiz looking for a little bit more, but with the re-smokes coming through, won't be able to get any vision into them crossing into Secret. A little bit of spam is going to give them info that they're committing. And Pawnee rotating out from the upper bomb site in through vents to lower. A minute on the clock for 100 Thieves. They need to first deal with Pawnee if they want any chance to go into B.
Flash in, Liaz kisses him on the cheek and then takes him down with a simple headshot, 4-on-4. Could have gotten real dicey though, because that flashbang didn't catch him for blind. Hex will get JKS though. And Wiz will follow suit on Liaz. Again, these T-side players giving up the kills to the RBG camp. These are getting very, very good rounds of the result. Wiz with 3 frags. Jaken will trade it. The bomb's not even on his back though. It's been dropped elsewhere, outside of the observation window. Facing against Walco, doing some damage for 20 seconds. I have a feeling Jacob can't recover this.
He doesn't really have too many options, does he? The time is certainly not on his side. He's got to pick up that bomb, maybe molly out towards now a bomb plant. They peek in together, so there was a chance that has been given. But RBG are going to be able to close out the round. And I tell you what, Jay, we're probably going to have to see an eco from 100 Thieves. There really isn't a lot of money. The loss bonus is at 2,400, so there can't be that many investments unless Jacob wants to drop over some pistols to a teammate. Actually going to buy Deagle armor himself. RBG slowly bringing this back now. A couple rounds in a row on their CT side.
Eco set in by the 100 Thieves camp. Deagles, PT50s, a couple of Glocks in for JKS and Gratz. Backed up, ready to receive them coming in. Mac 10 ready, sees several. Heads drop coming in, double there for the likes of the AK. Jamanchu gets his double in the end, bomb being dropped. And the Eco gets cleaned up, effective. 9 to the board of RBG. And 100 Thieves, well, past the first half, they have started to fall off a little bit. I'm not sure if that's a T-side thing or whether RBG have improved in any respect, but either way, it is still going to be within 4 rounds of the lead. RBG have kind of brought the slack back.
And like RBG are kind of following in the footsteps of 100 Thieves in terms of keeping a solid lineup together for a very long amount of time. We haven't seen a roster move, Jay, in terms of the players since all the way back in July last year. So since they moved over to RBG, they haven't made a single roster move in terms of the players on the server. So something to kind of keep out for RBG. Fast playing for the vent dive. JKS is dropping quick to lower.
He's got a bomb with him though. This is exclusively a lurk play. Outside Jamanchu gets chased for the first frag. His faction gets dropped by the Deagle. And that actually is the bomb getting dropped here by the CT side. 5 on 3, and again, just aggressive faces. I think 100 Thieves need to go a bit slower at this. JKS will get the backstab together though, get himself a double and get a line back in. A recovery chance to a 3 on 3, and the B site that's open for business.
That's big from JKS, and for RBG, no one's really in rotating positions. They can potentially try and go out through ramp and try and backstab, but 100 Thieves are staying around from lobby. Oh, Wilco's pushed into Squeak Door. Do they expect this aggressive play?
For ones, Liaz getting Walker to return. Hex watching out from upper. Now going to get back downstairs to try and cover off the ramp position. Liaz going to drop down. JKS keeps his eyes on the backlines of the players that are coming in. Hearing a couple of footsteps, expecting there to be a player from the vents. He'd be right to assume that. Hasn't seen him just yet, though. Eventually the face in. Pony's going to win it out. 1 HP. Liaz back at Decon, watching into the back lines. He's going to evade the CTs as they make their way onto the site itself. This could be a bit of a good backstab, though. Smoke onto the bomb. Smoke down towards the doors. Molotov on towards observation. Sticking the defuse. Liaz got a spray through. He's not taking it. This is going to be a 10th. RBG is stealing it away. Liaz too passively. Not aggressive enough. Couldn't deny the bomb defuse.
Yeah, look, he's in a difficult position there, because you've got to think he's mollied out towards radio and he's smoked off from double doors. So really, the only way that he could probably win that round is just hope that the bomb's being at least tapped rather than stuck. No real way that he can stop them from defusing. A 10th on the board from RBG, and I think you're right. Like, we saw the vent dive coming in from JKS, but just some unnecessary wide swings out from ramp. Gratisfaction in particular with that secondary or kill that went the way of Jumanchu from Gratisfaction. A half buy with the Tech 9s, and for 100 Thieves, they need to get a bit of momentum. They need to get back on the board, and it could be with an upper hit.
M4's going to evade everybody here. 3 players under the vent dive instead of upper. Jumanchu will get answer. And the bomb can get planted to the back lines of the site. 5 on 4. Jumanchu getting Liaz to 3, and the Tech 9's not quite as good this time. But Gratisfaction's still in place. Don't hold your breath. AWP firing away with nades coming down. Flashbangs over to try and allow the entry. JKS takes point this time. Molotovs to force him out of dodge. Gratisfaction playing the off angle, but still looking onto position. Ready for players coming out. Oh my god, JKS about to do it again. Jumanchu takes 2 frags back, and he's on his 4 kills so far. Jacob needs to deny this. They're at position his way through. Oh, it's done! The Tech 9s have forced him 4 knives on the bomb itself. Walco will get taken, but 100 Thieves will get the round, and the Tech 9s again stand strong.
And forget Fnatic being the god to the Tech 9 back in the day. It seems like it's 100 Thieves. I don't know what's going on here, Jay. The Tech 9s are doing so much damage, and it seems so chaotic from RBG. As soon as that duel came out from JKS, they rushed to try and get someone onto that bomb. Jacob just spamming out from decontamination. Oh, RBG. You hate to see them lose a round like that. Like, if it was a rifle and you see 100 Thieves going to 14, you can kind of accept it, but that was just a half buy. That wasn't even rifles.
Man, like... I don't even know what to say at this point. Like 100 Thieves, of the 4 rounds they've won here on T-side, 2 of them have been through Tech 9s.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just think about that, okay? Like, oh man, it must be upsetting for RBG, not just because the fact that they're losing to these pistols so effectively. It must, you know, in terms of the economy game, it'll be crushing, but in terms of the morale game, it'll be crushing as well. I'll get back to that thought because 100 Thieves rushing straight to the side. They have to pick the top of the hunt. He's standing right above them. Him and Walker will get 2 kills, but JKS chimes in with 2 of his own. 3v3 as Liaz falls low HP. JKS gets flanked out by Jumanchu next upcoming, and Wiz in the vents will not see anybody out in the open bomb site. They will get a bomb plant in for Liaz. That bomb probably won't extend too far. As Azza goes down, Liaz last man standing. And again, the fast play from 100 Thieves just gets overwhelmed and posted up against the RBG side. It's a brick wall to counter it. And we're seeing the same things over and over again from both T sides.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, earlier on today, Jay, we saw EG taking on Triumph on the mainstream, and it was like 16-4, 16-5. I was kind of expecting something very similar like that going into this matchup. You've got RBG that are a relatively new team to this kind of level of competition, just being promoted to MDL this season. We're in advanced last season for ECA. It came in from the closed qualifier in last place, Jay, but were able to snatch a spot in the end. And on their own map pick, they are really contesting with 100 Thieves, which is great to see.
AK outside here, looking on towards the upper positions. Unable to see any of those kills. Will just take that damage. Jumanchu will get forced back. These Deagles at long-range engagements will go quite far. Grab that bomb, continue to push towards the outside default. 1 minute and 15. Plenty of time to work with.
Cross smokes outside. But look at the damage from Jumanchu! Oh, there are so many players low from the 100 Thieves side, and they haven't even got into Secret yet, Jay. They're still trying to make their way to the lower bomb side, but that's a lot of tag damage, which is going to help later in the round.
Yeah, these Eagles not quite as viable when you're on 57 points of HP. Ray is blind from Walco, continuing to do more damage to Gratisfaction. He now makes his way out from the double doors. We'll still jump face, though. Get back to the B site now, expecting the onslaught of 100 players. between the ads out there. Does get shut down by Gratisfaction. Always turns around with the AWP. Pick doubles up in his own right. Last player left is not quite taken down. He gets his kill as a result. One frag found. If he gets a second, that'll be good damage to see where Pony is as well, but unable to land ahead. CGC in the back lines. And eventually will get shut down by the AK. So 12 to the board of RBG, and they have brought this within 100 Thieves have really fallen apart here on the T side. Such a confident start in the first half, but only a bit touch and go here and there in the second.
And Wiz is stepping up. He is really finding a lot of impact. He was like 1-7 or something at one point in that first half. But this CT side, Jay, he's really starting to come alive for RBG. And they're running a double AWP setup, which is the first time I think we've seen it from either team this entire map. Jamanchu, their in-game leader, picking up that secondary AWP role. 100 Thieves in with the rifles. Very aggressive towards outsiders, both a rifler and Wiz with that AWP. What's the play from 100 Thieves? It looks like they want to get some outside control with JKS with the lurk from ramp.
He's ready for Jumanji's aggression. This could catch the AWP off guard if Lushy checks that corner.
Yeah.
It comes out to Epistles and game knowledge. Not anticipating that position. JKS with a better read. Jumanchu. Wiz there with the AWP, does read it this time. They'll get that headshot in to turn it back to a 4-on-4 as 100 Thieves again looking to go quick with the executions. Initially bleeding in towards the main area. Now making their way towards outside, start to wrap in from heaven.
They weren't silent about it at all, though. A lot of footsteps would have been heard, and you can even see Wiz is trying to lock his eyes in towards sort of that lockers area if they want to maybe take some hell control and wrap in through ramp. It looks like it's going to be a bit of an upper play. Now, Wilco's been able to push in through lobbies. They know the information that if they're coming in from anywhere, it's really got to be heaven because Pawnee's in main.
30 seconds. Pawnee's made his way outside now. Sorry, he's still inside, excuse me. It did look like he was on the outside from that X-ray vision, but still contesting against Gratisfaction. He will start to back up and made some noise about it, so he's trying to sell him on the idea that he's fallen away. Playing the mind games for 15 seconds. 100 Thieves to make their way in right now. Jacob, kill on Hex. Pony falls towards Gratisfaction. Bomb plant can be secured, and a 4-on-2 now. Retake up for RBG, who are at the man disadvantage. It may be better to save the AK and the AWP, and Wiz is already backed up.
They've just got no money. I mean, saving is their best bet. And I think that's sometimes where the inexperience comes out for RBG. Like, they had so much info, right? They were able to get a Pony was out towards main, and they heard footsteps outside. They've pushed into lobby. So they know for 100 Thieves, the only options they've got is that to try and take some hell control, wrap into heaven, and split into the A bomb side. They can't go ramp because that's where Wiz is with the AWP. So there was a lot of information from RBG in that 4-on-4, but they just weren't able to connect the kills. The entries out from heaven were fantastic from 100 Thieves. And now they're going to go 15 on the board. You've got to think money. Do they want to maybe go another glass cannon AWP? Jumanchu needs a weapon. Maybe Wolko can drop over 1 M4. That's all.
Watch these tech line players to get from 100 Thieves. You can see how they got to this point. You mentioned match point, or map point, I should say, for 100 Thieves here on Nuke. Only a single round away. RBG aren't too far away from a recovery, though. That's 3 rounds to get there. They need to do so. To 100 Thieves, that would mean an overtime position. The tactical pause is coming in for the RBG side that will be ticked away right now. And of course, their 4th and final tactical pause, used at the appropriate moment, I think. They just need to get 3 on the board. That sounds like not a lot of work, and you know, realistically it's not, but against 100 Thieves, it's going to feel like a mountain by comparison.
It is. It really is, because their economy's low, so you've got to think, even if they win a round, they need really at least 3 players staying alive. Otherwise, they're just going to wreck their economy again. 100 Thieves going pretty quickly outside. Jacob trying to work off the edge of this smoke and maybe see if he can deal with the player in towards garage. And not seeing any of the CT-sided members peeking out. A slow control coming through. Jacob's actually been able to press pretty far forward without seeing anything.
Very open positions for Jacob. Could get shut down by a simple peek in towards the garage area, but no from the CT side will do that. Wiz instead out here to the secret area, gets that kill on Jacob. That is actually a good start here for RBG. Again, they open up the round, get the follow-up kills as well. Pony suspecting where the T-side players are coming in from. Whiteface against Gratisfaction could drop that bomb in the open. He's going to make his way out towards the garage area. He's charging very far forward for a bomb planter here. The T's are aggressing into his position. Finally, Pony will be dealt with. Further flashes in, though. And the CTs on site will wait for the T's to make their hit.
Even for Pony, I mean, the confidence to push through a smoke like that and then just back up. Unfortunately, in the end, he does lose his life, but look at the map control that's come in through 100 Thieves. They've got a couple of players starting to make their way into Hell. They've got options out from Ramp. They've got options to this upper bomb site with JKS out from Lobby if they want to go into Heaven. Oh, Jumanchu, though, they might not check this angle. This could be big. Now he's going to hear the footsteps. It's been seen, but so is the other way, and JKS wins a very important duel.
Jumanchu with the perfect chance to at least get a kill. That would have been a 3-on-2 retake, but now it's favorable to 100 Thieves as Wiz falls and Wolko desperately spraying, tagging Grats to 1. Him and Hex got a lot of work to do. Open positions as the double doors does get a bit of a hole punched into it. They do not find any info off the back of it though. Smokes down, Gratz waits back at dark. The last insurance policy, Liaz kills off the first. Gratz will fall. Second kill for the M4, but JKS up from